Hello and welcome to this BuyBotPro video. So today I'm going to give you my top 3 tips for maintaining a good working relationship with your virtual assistant. Now, a virtual assistant is someone that you hire and bring on board in your business to basically help you with online arbitrage. So they'll be doing tasks like sourcing, deal analysis, and anything else that you entrust them with. So maintaining a good working relationship with them is going to be super important. Now, tip number 1, make sure that your virtual assistant knows what is going on and what they need to do. So make sure that you've discussed things like their wage, how much you're going to pay them, when you're going to pay them, how you're going to pay them, all that kind of stuff in advance. So make sure that they're aware of this, and then make sure that you outline what you look for as an employer and for your business. So let them know what kind of values really stick out to you. Make sure that they know what exactly they're looking for when it comes to sourcing, when it comes to deal analysis. Let them know how they're going to be doing this. So are they going to be using any software? Are you going to provide this for them, or do they need to get this themselves? Make sure that you set clear targets and clear criteria for them to follow. If there is any training that they need to do, if there is something specific that you want your virtual assistant to do, and maybe they've never done it before, maybe they just need brushing up on their skills and knowledge, make sure that you have in place the training that they need. Be prepared to do that yourself, or point them in the right direction of resources that can help them. Tip number 2, when it comes to providing feedback to your virtual assistant, there is a certain way to do it. Now, your virtual assistant is going to be more productive if you give them constructive feedback. So make sure that when you do need to give feedback, that you assess what it is that they have done. So assess the problem, assess what it is that they need to do better, let them know what exactly that is, and explain what it is that you have analysed from that problem, or what it is that they need to do better, and then give them steps to correct this, or things to look out for in the future, or provide them with further training so that way they know what exactly that issue was, or what exactly it is that they need to do better, so that way they can correct this themselves and you won't come across this again. So because you've done this in a constructive way, they are more likely to address this themselves and take steps to correct this and avoid that same kind of issue in the future. They'll be willing to do this as well because you've done it in a respectful way, and that is super important. There'll be a two-way respect between you and the virtual assistant. If they need any further training in a certain area, again, make sure that you're prepared to do this yourself, or at least point them in the direction of resources that they can use in order to learn for themselves. Or maybe you want to do a little bit of both. So just in case you've gone over it once, maybe they need a refresher, but you don't have the time to do this all over again, make sure that you've given them a document or a video or an article or whatever it is that they can refer back to, or just make sure that when you are training them, to tell them to take notes, to make sure that they always have them to refer to. Tip number 3, get them to use the same softwares that you are, depending on the circumstance. So for example, BuyBotPro has got a virtual assistant section. So as the subscription holder, you will have access to the VA manager section. So you can set them up in there and they can use BuyBotPro with you, because BuyBotPro has got multiple license keys as part of the subscription. So that means that you can give it to your virtual assistant, so that way they can use it as well, and that will mean that an activation is used. So you can bring them on board, they can use BuyBotPro as well, and you can set the criteria for them in BuyBotPro, and that will show up for them in the VA toolbox sections. They will always be able to refer back to that criteria, and it's such a powerful tool as well. It's really interactive, and it won't be that you won't know at all what they're doing, because they're going to be able to submit deals to you through the VA toolbox. You can monitor the time that they've worked, you can see the deals that they've submitted to you, and it will also take screenshots of what they're doing whilst they're working, so you can make sure that your virtual assistants are on task. And if they don't happen to be on task, that's when you can refer back to step 2 and give them constructive feedback about what they are doing to ensure that they don't do it again. Getting them to use the software that you're using, so for example BuyBotPro, will mean that you get better results. You've got your virtual assistant doing both sourcing and deal analysis. So they are doing both of those crucial jobs in online arbitrage for you. They're submitting the deals to you so that way you can check them yourself, and everything's just going to run really fluid if you're both using something like that. So those are my top 3 tips for maintaining a good working relationship with your virtual assistant. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to info@buybotpro.com. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.